This is DeneenTB, and we are coming to you today live. I cannot believe this. It's been so many years since I have been doing a live. So DeneenTB here, your Christian business growth strategist and clarity coach. Today what I'm going to do is talk about exactly what's in the title. It is how to have courage to take risks, stay motivated, and plan for your personal growth in your business. It's so important that we do this. And if you're here with me live, if anybody hops on, I'd love for you to give me some chat. I have it over here up. Give me some hearts, all of those things. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're liking it. Once we get started, maybe you can say, hey, I like her. So I have been doing podcast and video with my business partner, and I decided to come here today live to just talk to you about three courage strategies that you can use in your entrepreneurial adventure. I love this quote from C.S. Lewis, and it says, "Courage is not simply one of the virtues, but the form of every virtue at its testing point." The month of January for me is always about courage. And so I love that, so that we can talk about our new year and having courage, because courage is external. Courage is action, and courage is what we really need, what you really need to get unstuck and move forward in your business. You know, every day, God is calling you and me to do things in our businesses that take courage. So I want to chat about those three things that can really get you unstuck and growing as a person, growing your business and taking courage. So we're going to talk about, 1, your willingness to take risks, 2, your motivation level, and 3, your personal growth plan. You know, a lot of times we come to this entrepreneurial life without a thought about what it's really going to take. Excuse me. You may be thinking, well, you know, God gave me this idea, so everything's just going to work out. Is that how you've been approaching your business? Are you now stuck? You're trapped in trying to make the next decision, and you're scared that you really don't have what it takes. We're going to look at 3 actions that you can take right now to have the courage that you need every single day to do what God is calling you to do in your business. You're going to have the courage to take those risks. You're going to have the courage to stay motivated, and that goes along with consistency. And you're going to have the courage to create that personal growth plan. But before I get into any of this, I want to tell you about my new workbook, 8 Steps to Creating Your Perfect God-Centered Business. This workbook is not just a guide, it's actually a roadmap to infuse your business with purpose and focus. Whether you're just starting out or you've been on this journey for a while, these 8 steps will bring you clarity and direction and renewed motivation to do what God is calling you to do. Okay, so that's down in the description, so make sure that you click on that if that's something you want. Okay, so let's start with one of the reasons that you aren't having courage to take risks. You know you need to do it. You know you need to do it in order to do what God is calling you to do. Simply put, it's because of your personality. God has really designed you in such a way that lends itself to either you being a risk taker or not. You may not want to hear that as an entrepreneur, because risk taking is really a huge part of entrepreneurship. One of the personality assessments that I use with my clients is the MBTI, or the Myers-Briggs. I use this assessment in my educational career, and now I use it in my coaching. While it's not really set up for risk aversion, it is definitely, you can see there that there are some personalities that are more willing to take risks than others. So let me do a little self-assessment. So maybe you have a paper and pencil, and we'll do a little self-assessment here. I've got 3 questions for you, and how would you answer these questions to put yourself on the scale of rating high risk, low risk, right? Number one, what is my tolerance for uncertainty and ambiguity? Consider how comfortable you are with not having all the information or the guarantees before you're making a decision in your business. Are you someone who prefers like a clear and detailed plan before taking action? Or are you more open to adapting and navigating those uncertainties? Okay, number two, how do I view failure and setbacks? Okay, so here you need to reflect on your attitude towards failure. Do you see setbacks as learning opportunities and a natural part of this entrepreneurial journey, or do they significantly impact your motivation and your confidence? Understanding your perspective of failure can provide insights into your willingness to take those calculated risks. Number three, am I open to exploring new ideas and approaches? So assess your openness to innovation and change within your business. Are you receptive to exploring those new strategies, technologies, or even markets? Something that involves a level of uncertainty. Because your willingness to embrace new ideas can indicate your comfort level with taking risks to drive growth and really adapt to those evolving circumstances that do happen. So 3 questions. Where did you land? Do you have a high or a low tolerance for uncertainty and doubt? Do you see failure as a setback or as an opportunity to learn? Do you like innovation and new ideas, or do you like to stick with what you know? Let me know in the comments how you scored yourself. I would love to know. Now, again, it doesn't have to be one or the other. I'm either all the way over here or all the way over there. Put yourself on a sliding scale. You don't have to be one or the other, but you have to be honest, especially with yourself, not necessarily with me. Okay, no worries here though. Though entrepreneurship is full of risks, if God has called you, then there is a way for you to figure out your way to make the business work. But I love what Proverbs 20:24 says. It says, the Lord directs our steps. So why try to understand everything along the way? The way I see it, if God has called you into business, into something outside of yourself, then what he's really saying is, do you trust me? Okay, so what is an action we can take to help us with this risk aversion? What can we do? One way to get started is to first identify a low stakes opportunity. Look for those little small manageable aspects of your business where you can experiment with a calculated risk. This could be trying a new marketing strategy, or introducing a new product feature, or just testing different pricing models. One of the things that I'm doing right now is experimenting with videos on my channel. In fact, the reason that I'm coming here to you today live is for this new strategy that I'm working on. What is another thing that you can do, another action? Second, you can set really clear objectives and metrics. This is really important to clearly define what success looks like for the risk that you are going to take. Establishing a measurable objective and what we call KPIs, those key performance indicators, will help you evaluate the outcomes. Having specific goals will provide a structured way to assess the impact of the risk. So my KPI, my key performance indicator for this video strategy is the growth rate for my channel. So having said that, have you subscribed? Now would be a great time for you to do so, and make sure you ring the bell so that you'll know when a new video comes out. Okay, little plug there. All right, third way or third action is to gather information and do your research. Really equip yourself with that relevant information, the research, to make an informed decision. Understand the potential benefits and the drawbacks of the chosen risk. Having a solid understanding of the context can First, increase your confidence, and then in taking the leap. So you are making sure you know it is going to be good. The fourth action I have is to really develop a contingency plan. You know, you have plan A and you need to make plan B, C, D, whatever you need in order to take the risk. So create a plan to address the potential challenges and setbacks. Think ahead to what could potentially go wrong and then make a plan for it. Knowing that you have a plan in place to manage the unexpected outcomes can really reduce your anxiety and make the risk-taking process feel like, well, more controlled for you. And always make a backup plan to the backup plan to the backup plan. I use the approach that has served me and my clients well. I try something, see what happens, I adjust, I try something again. So we always have that cycle, try, adjust, try again. In fact, I have a video about that specifically, and I will put that into the comments or the description a little bit later because I just thought of it. Okay, I've got a fifth action you can take. It's to seek feedback and advice from others. Consult with mentors, industry experts, or just trusted colleagues to gain insights and perspectives. This is exactly what we have in place in the Calling Clarity community, because by hearing from others who have faced similar situations, it really provides valuable guidance and really help to alleviate the concerns that you may have. Through our masterminding, our feedback opportunities, and learning, our community has the resources and the people to help you to gain courage. Okay, so let's move on to motivation and actually doing the work. You know, God is using your business to make you more like His Son. Then, if that is true, taking action is key. This means doing the internal work with Him to know not only what He wants you to do, but also how you can do it best. Only when you have the right view of God is doing what God is doing in your life will you really have the courage to find the motivation to continue doing it, especially when it gets hard. And as you may know, entrepreneurship is hard. The biggest symptom I see for the lack of motivation is the word procrastination. This usually stems from not finding meaning and satisfaction in the tasks that you're doing for your business. When there's this disconnect between your personal values and the work to be done, you may be struggling. You may struggle to really initiate or even complete tasks. Does that sound like you? Just a little? Okay, if that is, here are a few factors that can contribute to your procrastination and therefore shut down your motivation. These things that you may be doing that if you weren't doing them could help. First, having really unclear goals and priorities. Now, if you're unclear about your business goals or you lack a clear sense of priority, it may be challenging to focus on those specific tasks. Procrastination can be a symptom of not having a well-defined roadmap yourself or a sense of direction, making it really difficult to kind of muster up that motivation to tackle all the essential activities you need to do in your business. Second, your tasks probably seem very overwhelming. Procrastination occurs when those tasks are too big or too challenging. This causes that lack of motivation to even start the task if it's perceived to be too complex or if you're uncertain about how do I even approach this. That's when breaking down those larger tasks into smaller, more manageable steps will help you to ease this issue. When I'm working with my clients, we look at how to overcome these obstacles by really giving you a strategy for breaking down the goals into tasks that can be done step by step by step. The third thing that might be happening is there's a fear of failure, or you have perfectionism, either one. The fear of failure, the desire for that perfect thing can hinder your motivation and contribute to procrastination. If you're overly concerned about making mistakes and not meeting some high standards, which usually they're our own, you may delay taking action. Addressing your perfectionism and fostering a growth mindset can help alleviate these motivational barriers, really. And fourth, there may be external distractions. Things like social media, excessive meetings, or other non-essential activities can divert our attention from the important tasks contributing to our procrastination. The enemy just loves to distract us with all the good things that we can do that just fill up our time and leave us with no energy, no motivation to do what we're really being called to do. A lack of motivation to really stay focused on those critical business activities may result from these distractions, hindering your productivity and really making you feel like you should just give up. So, as I said, if you're here live with me, please let me know. Please say something in the chat. I'd love to hear what your ideas are and what's happening for you right now. So, here's some ideas. Well, here's a great idea. I'm going to give you one good idea for really staying motivated and reducing this procrastination. It's something called the 2-minute rule. So if you implement the 2-minute rule, it looks like this. It's by productivity expert David Allen from his book, Getting Things Done. And the idea is really simple. If a task takes you less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. Okay, so this rule works on the principle that many of the tasks that contribute to your business success are actually really small and manageable. But we have to figure those out, right? We have to pull those out. And by addressing these things immediately, you prevent them from piling up and becoming overwhelming, becoming too big. So here's how you can apply the 2-minute rule. Number 1, identify those small tasks. So keep a list. Keep a list of small tasks that take 2 minutes or less to complete. These can include responding to emails, making quick phone calls, or just jotting down ideas that you have for social media or for other things that you are doing, whether you have a YouTube channel, a blog, anything like that. Second, tackle it immediately. When you come across a task that fits into your 2-minute criterion, tackle it right away. Avoid the temptation to postpone it, as this helps prevent the accumulation of all these small tasks that can contribute to your procrastination. Third, build momentum. Completing these quick tasks creates that sense of accomplishment, and it builds momentum. It reinforces a really proactive mindset and can positively influence your motivation to tackle even more significant and larger tasks, which is amazing. And if you come in with me, I talk about 15-minute tasks. So you can grow from these 2 minutes to 15 to even longer. Really what it is, the fourth part, is to create a habit. Make the 2-minute rule a habit. That means consistently applying it throughout your work day. Over time, it can become a powerful tool for maintaining your productivity and reducing that procrastination. So by focusing on these quick wins and addressing these small tasks immediately, you create a positive work environment for yourself that can enhance your motivation and reduce the likelihood of procrastination. Inside of Calling Clarity, I talk a lot about building habits around the tasks that you need to do every single day in your business. Whether it takes you 2 minutes, or like I said, 15 minutes, or maybe even 25 minutes, up to 50 minutes. You can build your motivation by being part of a group dedicated to strengthening your motivation and working your business more consistently. I love what Paul says in Philippians 1:6. He says, I am certain that God, who began the good work within you, will continue his work until it is finally finished on the day when Christ Jesus returns. God's good work in you is to make you like his son, Jesus. And he's using your business to do that work. Believe it. Okay, the last topic around courage today is that of personal growth. Okay, as an entrepreneur, there is this unwritten rule: you must keep learning. There's no way to get around this because we just don't know what we just don't know. Simon Sinek says, you must find your skill set and use it. I like saying better, you must know God's design of you and use it for his glory. This is the first step really in learning to be an entrepreneur, is knowing you and knowing your capabilities. But what often happens is we lack courage to step outside of our comfort zones. So, what are your current thoughts on personal growth? Okay, I have another little quiz, a little self-evaluation for you, okay? So a few questions here. So first of all, the first one is, what areas of my life do I feel the strongest desire to improve and change? And then write down why. Reflecting on these specific aspects of your life where you feel a yearning for growth allows you to identify what those key priorities are that God's putting on your heart. Understanding the reasons behind your desires can really provide insights into your values, your aspirations, and the motivations driving you to pursue this personal development. Second question, in what ways have I embraced challenges or stepped outside of my comfort zone recently? How did these experiences contribute to my personal growth? Okay, so consider for a moment those times when you intentionally challenged yourself or you faced a situation that really pushed your boundaries. Reflect on the lessons learned, the skills gained, or the perspectives developed through these experiences. Because by acknowledging and understanding the impact of stepping outside of your comfort zone can really reveal valuable insights about your capacity for growth. Third question, what habits or thought patterns have I identified as obstacles for my personal growth, and how can I actively work to overcome them? Okay, reflect on any recurring habits or beliefs or thought patterns that you recognize are really hindrances to your personal development. Ask yourself, how these elements may be holding you back, and what steps you are taking really to address and change them. You know, developing the self-awareness is first, but developing that self-awareness around obstacles allows you to create more intentional strategies for your personal growth. Now, really, the best way for you to get support, the support you need to grow personally, is to have a community where others are helping, supporting, and encouraging and cheering for you so that you can tailor your approach to personal growth. Remember that personal growth is a gradual process, and everyone's journey is unique. It's essential to please be patient with yourself and stay committed to the ongoing development of your skills, your mindset, and your overall well-being. Some of the things we've already talked about in this live today are also applicable here. One was setting clear and specific goals, even for your personal growth, for your faith growth, for your business growth. Two, cultivating that growth mindset. Not having the I can't do it, but having the how can I do it? How can I figure this out kind of mindset. And third, building those beneficial habits. This works in our business life, our faith life, and our personal life. Other things that you can do to really help you on this entrepreneurial journey is to, first of all, surround yourself with positive influences, aka the leadership and the members of the Calling Clarity community. Okay, I've said it. I'd love for you to come in to the community. Second, emphasize continuous learning. Actively pursue those learning opportunities, whether through reading, attending workshops, or downloading online courses, or even a self-directed study. Expanding your knowledge and acquiring those new skills can contribute significantly to your personal growth. And we have all of this inside of our Christian business community. Embrace your challenges and step outside of your comfort zone as we're talking about, right? Challenge yourself by taking on tasks or projects that really push you beyond your comfort zone. Facing those challenges, what it actually does is it fosters resilience, it builds confidence, and it provides valuable learning experiences. You are not alone, my wise woman. We are here to help you become who God has called you to be in your business. So make sure to download those 8 steps to creating your perfect God-centered business workbook. Would love to have you work through the workbook, which gives you just a taste of what we do inside of the Calling Clarity course and community. Like I said, I'll have that in the description for you. Ezra chapter 10, verse 4 says this, "Arise, for this matter is your responsibility, but we will be with you. Be courageous and act." This is really a great reminder of when we know what to do is when our responsibility to be courageous and take action. We know this verse tells us. It also tells us that we're not alone. We have God on our side, and we have one another. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. Let me know your takeaways about what I talked about for today. You can also read this on my blog at DeneenTB.com. We are going to really help you to take courage. So, did you decide on something? What are you going to take courage on to take risks, to stay motivated, to grow personally? What are you going to do? This is DeneenTB. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, be filled to overflowing.